And welcome back to Retrospect My Fantasy, where we are currently taking a look at the Final Fantasy franchise, and we're on installment number 8. Now, before we get too far, I've got a couple things we need to talk about. Announcement number 1. This Saturday, midnight to midnight, or if you prefer, 01 to 23:59 on Saturday, we will be having our second 24-hour stream in celebration of reaching 25 followers. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So, there's a very loose plan for that at the moment, but that is what we are up to. Aside from that, we're just going to be having some fun. Now, we do have a couple more announcements to go over. The second announcement is that once we reach 50 followers, we will do another event, not a 24-hour stream. I've got a couple things in mind. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. I've already got Psychonauts purchased for a future giveaway, and I'm going to pick up another game for a giveaway. I haven't decided on what that's going to be yet, but I'm definitely going to do so. From that point, once we reach 50, I'm thinking about that giveaway. So if you guys have anything in mind, something that you think might be awesome, go ahead and let me know. Shit. Aside from that, our third announcement for tonight is if you scroll down just a little ways, you will see my link to my Twitter account. On my Twitter account, I've got nothing special going on now, no polls or anything like that. But as we move forward with these games and get into different franchises, we will definitely be having a few polls for you. That is a great place to keep in touch with me. It's a great place to send me messages. I check my Twitter probably, I don't know, 15, 20 times a day. It's pretty ridiculous, to be perfectly honest, but it's the best way to keep in touch with me. So if you want to know what's going on at the stream, you want to send me messages, do so on Twitter. And lastly, right now, in between my streams, you'll notice that I'm hosting, well, maybe you'll notice, that I'm hosting Desert Bus for Hope, which is a charity run by Canadian comedy group Loading Ready Run and some of their friends. If you are not checking it out, I would highly recommend doing so. It is well worth it. It is one of my favorite things to happen all year. So, please, check it out in between these streams. It's absolutely wonderful. I can't recommend it enough. I almost died from laughing at least twice. God, dead spirits, man. Why do I keep getting dead spirits? So, now that we're done with our announcements, what has happened recently in Final Fantasy VIII? So, we prevented the missiles from destroying Balam Garden. Then we went down beneath the garden into the sub-bowels, where we activated a device that allows the garden to kind of float around. It's not super agile. It's not quite like an airship, but it gets us around pretty well, all things considered. Then we had to deal with the financier of the whole garden project, who, by the way, total dick. You son of a... I hate you. Wow. So you just opening up with death on everyone? Because I find that complete and utter nonsense. the financier wanted to turn over our characters to Edea because we tried to assassinate her. So that part makes sense. Except we really didn't feel like getting turned over to Edea. So what we decided we would do instead is commit murder. Instead of having us killed, we killed him. And we were quite successful at doing so, at that. After that, we ran into a bit of a situation where we had to give Elan up. She had been taking refuge. God damn it. Elan had been taking refuge in our garden. Okay, this is workable. It's a pain in the butt, but it's at least workable. No, it's not. All right, so that was awesome. Thank you, not being immune to death, because we don't have status defense yet. All right, well, I really wanted to fight those guys so we could try and get a... Oh god, what are they called? Something sword. Oh god. I've forgotten. Betrayal sword. So we could get Squall's next weapon, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. So... But... where was I? Oh, so we gave Elan up, and then we ended up crashing at this at this big, like, scrap market city. It's the best way I can really put it. And there we were able to get our garden fixed because we crashed into a pretty significant amount of stuff. So we needed to have some repairs made, and we were able to do so, which was great. Alright, so now we're going to move on to this next continent over here. Or did we already do this continent completely? I've forgotten. But then, after turning Elan over, after going to that place, they really didn't want us because we're warmongers. But then they were attacked by the Galbadian army. They initially blamed us until the mayor? Governor? I forgot what they called him. I think they called him mayor. Was told directly by the Galbadian soldiers that they were going to destroy us anyway. Or burn that city down anyway. For not helping them by turning over Elan. So, that is a really big hole in the ground. So we beat them up. Yeah, there it is. And then we left because they repaired everything for us, which was awesome. And since then, we've just been kind of exploring around the map. We went up here to the Shumi village, where we got kind of a weird side quest to get a bunch of precious gems, I think is what they're supposed to be. But they don't really explain that very well. So, I mean, you know, we'll do it as we can, but we're not going out of our way, at the moment, at least. We then went to that weird little pyramid thing on that bottom continent, and are we past the... I think so? Yeah, we are. where it turns out, was the lair of Odin. So we went and dealt with Odin. That was actually very kind of nerve-wracking, to be perfectly honest. Not because I was afraid that Odin would actually... Because I was afraid Odin would kill us. Because we would run out of time, and then he would use his ability and kill everyone. And then I'd have to do it again. I wasn't afraid of the... I wasn't really even afraid of doing it again. What I was afraid of was having to do it again because I wasn't quick enough, effectively. That's what I was personally was mostly afraid of in that situation. But we succeeded, so no need to worry about that. That is... The gauge is going berserk. Okay. What gauge? I don't understand, Nida. Okay, so there's clearly something there. That's Trebia Garden. It's gone. As you can tell, it was destroyed by missiles. We also found this, house? I mean, there was a lighthouse and a building near it, but we couldn't interact with it. We certainly couldn't go in it. That was kind of weird. Okay. Well, that looks like it's a map glitch. So let's go around the other side and see what's in this bay. Or have we already done that? I've forgotten. But yeah, we just went around and exploring and getting into lots of weird situations yesterday. And assuming there's enough content to keep doing that, that's what we're going to continue to do. Our next objective, if I recall, is to actually just go to the city of Balam. You may recall that as the city being near the garden where we started. I don't really know why, but that is a goal of ours. I mean, assumably something will happen when we get there. No! Oh well. But we'll see. At this point in Final Fantasy VIII, I am unsure of anything that's gonna happen. I don't know what the rest of the storyline is, except for like most of these games I've played and beaten. Actually, all except for a couple. And so, even if I don't recall specifics, I pretty much know what's going on and what to expect. But this one, couldn't tell you. So, that is a really big crater. Although, not nearly as big as the one that was clearly made during some sort of apocalyptic event down in the southern continent. Because that place is messed up. Like, pretty hardcore, man. Okay. So what's here? Anything? A really, really big forest. Like, where are we supposed to go? on this. It's not like we can land anywhere. Alright, come on. So, nothing in the bay, apparently. That's a little disappointing. So let's go around this little bit here. I can't land right there at the beach. So we'll go around. We'll hug it as tightly as we can as we try and navigate this mess. Are these supposed to be like the Cliffs of Dover? Kind of like... Is that how big they are? I'm always kind of curious where they get some of their ideas, because some of them, at least to me, are head scratchers. Okay, is that a chocobo forest up there? No? There's also islands that do not appear on this map. I remember that much. But I don't think you can get to them with the garden. I think we have to wait till we get our actual airship to get to them. I mean, I guess I could try. I mean, it doesn't hurt, right? Now, if I recall correctly, this is the, like one of the corner situations. You may recall in Final Fantasy VII, I showed you an island that we couldn't land at because it was covered in forest. If I recall correctly, I even called it out as being it does not look like we can deal with this. I think this is the underwater research facility. Yeah, I think we need Ragnarok, which is the name of the actual airship that we eventually get, before we can go there. But I want to say there was an island over here too, because I want to say there's the island of Heaven and the Island of Hell. Nope. Let's go. Over the top, then. Or under the bottom, which should not put us at the top, but whatever. Like, the side-to-side circumnavigation works, but the top-to-bottom doesn't exactly. Huh. Maybe that doesn't appear until later? I mean, that'd be a good reason not be... That'd be a very good way of making sure that players couldn't get to things early. Making them objective sensitive. Alright, well then, if we're supposed to go to Balam, let's go to Balam. Which is on the north side of the giant highway. So how are you guys doing tonight? All ready for Black Friday shopping? I've already got almost all of my Christmas shopping done. I just have a couple small things left to get that are not time or price dependent in any way, shape, or form. A $35 gift card is always a $35 gift card. Hey, Galbadia Garden. How can I help you? Now, if I recall, there's something that we actually need Zell for in here, so we're gonna switch him out just for a moment. What the hell? What's going on here? This is Zell's hometown, if you don't recall. I don't know what to do. What's happening to this town? If I knew it was going to happen, this was going to happen, I would have brought my daughter with me. I'll hope she's all right. The town is under control of Sorceress Edia. The town is off limits while we conduct our investigation. It will last for several days. Once we are through with our investigation here, you're next, so just stay out of the way and stay put. We were forced out of the town days ago. Our daughter is still at home, but there's nothing we can do. With all these soldiers from Galbadia, we have to stop and wonder whether Galbadia fell to the hands of the sorceress. Oh, it did. It's Galbadia. What do you want? Are you residents here? Yeah, that's right. At least residents should be allowed in. It's off limits. You cannot enter. Leave. Do you understand? No? Ha! Who do you think you're talking to? What? What is it now? So the town was off limits. Does that mean we can't deliver a message either? That's too bad. What? Oh, wait a minute. Tell me everything you know about her. Do you actually know who she is? Kind of. But we need to get inside to confirm something. If you find out any information at all, go talk to the commander. She's staying at the hotel. You will be rewarded. Well, since we need to do a little bit of leveling, Siren, magic. We'll do auto for attack. Magic. Draw item. Magic bonus. More magic. Alright. There we go. Zell doesn't need anything. Hey, if you're done with your errands, go home. If I see you loitering, I'll have to take you in. Oh, really? Thunder? No. Ma, I'm home. Huh? Is she in here? Ma, you're safe. Zell, how on earth did you get into town? With all the brains... It's all in the brains, Ma. We just said we had info on a loan. Piece of cake. What a relief. I was worried you might have beaten up one of the guards. Yeah, that wouldn't have stopped us. The soldiers have threatened that the sorceress will burn the town to the ground should there be any disturbance. Sorceress Edia? Is she here? I noticed a woman with the Galbadian army, gray hair, patch over her eye. Must be Fusion. So they're here. Leave it to me. I'll get rid of those jokers. Could Cypher be here too? They aren't frequently seen that far apart from each other. Thank you for having us during these troubled times. Zell, I'm sure the whole town is counting on you, but don't strain yourself. Maybe just one sock to the nose might be good. Haha, just wait. I'll show them what it's all about. What I'm all about. Sorry. Yo, Zell, I've been practicing my special move just for a day like this. Super Miracle Kick. I like the kid. Dude. Stop being so sensitive, Zell. It's just your room. Whatever's in the store is basically all we have left. Thanks to Miss Ditch, there hasn't been much of a panic, but there's the Galbadian soldiers. They're trying to torture us slowly. Everyone's basically on edge. Ooh. Well, we can't do Flame Sword, but we can do Cutting Edge. That's good. Already have Gauntlet. Heck yeah. Alright. It's good to have new weapons. Don't buy too much stuff, is that what she said? Hurry up and don't be late, huh? What do you want? If it's the commander you're looking for, I have strict orders to not let anyone through. What? Information on a loan? More rumors. You know that we'll get a salary cut if we let them through without confirmation. Yeah, I know. In this army, your salary gets cut based on just how the boss is feeling. I guess it goes with the territory when you can't choose your own boss. Yo, listen, we have top secret info. Bring the commander out here. These guys are kind of suspicious, huh? Yeah, totally. Have some respect for the captain. The captain is currently on patrol. Is she now? Came back in good time. Do something about these soldiers. If only my hubby were still alive, he would show them for sure. Did you know there's a reward for information regarding a loan? Any bit of information is fine. Pretty generous, aren't they? Sounds kind of dickish to me. Zell, yes, you're finally here. You have to avenge my boss. Those Galbadians broke my boss's arm. All he did was ask a question. He wanted to know what was to become of Balam. If only I were as strong as you, Zell. No worries, man. That's it. Set a bomb in the car and... Uh-oh. Oh, man. I can't use the skills of my boss taught me for that kind of stuff. Sure you can. That's what Insurgent... Commander? No. Captain. I don't know, but I haven't seen anyone who looks important. I heard this through the grapevine, but it seems Alone may be on a ship. There's a good chance she may have disembarked here. Well, this is a small harbor, so a small ship could have slipped unnoticed. Yeah, the ship that took Alone was... Just be grateful to Galbadia that this town hasn't gone up into the sea in flames. Sorceress Edia has the power to wipe out this town, you know? Not while I'm here, she doesn't. Oh, the captain? Yeah, he was just fishing here. He caught a few and got really excited. Said he was going to eat them right away. I've been told to use this dog to find Alone. But without her scent to go by, what can we do? Good man. Very practical. All I do is just crouch all day and look for clues. Alone's possessions. Some sent the dog to go by. Yeah. Good luck, man. Good luck with that. Alright, well... the captain was just fishing. I don't think he's actually on patrol. Understood, sir. The food supply will be delivered to the hotel. Yeah, that's right. Better not try and cheat us. Listen up. Sir! Be sure to keep your eyes open. Sir! A big one. There's got to be a more efficient way to find this girl. Just gather everyone, tie him up, that's it. What? You got a problem with that? It's the army's food supply. They cut off the town's food supply, still they make us deliver their food? I'm hungry too, you know? And I have to deliver food? What's up with that? It's a demoralizing tactic. It is used to break the will of the people. Since her parents are away, I'm packing her bag so that she'll be able to stay next door. Don't know what will become of Balam, but I'm sure the sorceress of Galbadia don't give a rotten hoot about this here town. Good kitty. Mommy and Daddy haven't come back. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. Well, we have, I mean, it'd be very small, but we definitely have an insurgency on our hands. Okay, well, where is the captain? Said he was going to eat right away. I guess he could be on the garden. We could fly our ship into theirs. What? The captain? There's no way the captain would walk around town. So, have you found out anything? Have you met the commander? Alright, so what you're telling me is those guys were lampshading me. No, sorry, gaslighting me. Do you have anything to say? The captain's nap time now. Oops, oh, I mean, he's on patrol now. He's a very hard worker, always out patrolling. Don't bother him. Yep, that's kind of what I figured. Sullivan found the captain? No way, you guys are awesome. I thought we'd have to send out a search dog for him. Getting pretty tired of chasing after that dog. Okay, then bring the captain here for me. This is pretty bad. The commander's gonna realize the captain's nowhere to be found, and she threw a tantrum finding out that the captain's actually taking a nap instead of being on patrol like he said. The commander's freaky way of talking. Wah! Gives me chills just thinking about it. I wonder where the captain sleeps. There's no way he'd sleep behind the car. Gotcha. Wrong way. How's it going? Is there any way I can help you? Who, or rather, what are you? Shh. Keep your voice down, man. There's only one story here, you know? Alone. You'll get nothing by giving info to those Galbadian soldiers. If you find out anything, come to me. Those Galbadians have no intention of paying. I'll give you money for it. You have my word. Psh. Hey, you know where the captain is? We need to find him to see the commander. The captain, if you want to know, it'll cost you. I have to eat too, you know. Cool, thanks, man. You know where the town entrance is guarded? Well, there's actually a way out. I ain't saying the captain left town, just enough space for a kid to crawl through. If you find a kid who wants to go out, the kid has to have what it takes to distract the guard. Okay. That was a lot of money. 15,000 gil? Hey, Mom. Yo, Zell. Good. Man came in and asked if he could use the kitchen. I think he cooked some fish. The whole room is filled with that strange odor. Alright, so now we're just stacking up. Kind of awful smell. The stench is... Yep. Don't worry, it's my special move, so I'll only use if I have to. Well, I'm off to check things out. Good job, kid. Gotta start the rebellion when they're young. And... do I need both kids? Don't cry, I'll sneak out and check up on him. But there's a soldier there. I'm faster than a speeding bullet. I can outrun anyone. But trust me. Good. And he has a reason to fight. Oop. You need authorization to leave town. If you guys want to leave, you better go report to Alone. Okay. How does that help us? Come on. Okay. So we have the kid that can... Mommy, Daddy, I miss you. I'm not sure where the captain could be. Besides, I don't even know who the captain is. A kid or an animal would know a lot more about hideouts and escape routes. Come on, kitty. No? We can no longer interact with the cat. Okay. What about the dog? Oh, I know. Do we have anything that smells like fish? Does she have anything that smells like fish? Nope. Okay. Well then... You idiots, what scent did you have that dog sniff? I don't know. All I know is we're following the pup. Pooch. Man's best friend. Canine unit. Okay, this is not where I was expecting. Aha. It's raging. Come on. Flower fields. He's... Grandma. What? What? I am extraordinarily confused. Am I supposed to believe that Raging just beat the crap out of those guys for no reason? Hey, you, stand back. This could be dangerous. The commander's just about to... Yow! Ouch. Fujin, control your temper, you know? I was patrolling just like you told me. I even woke up that search dog sleeping on the job, you know? You guys, help me out here. We've got to calm Fujin down, you know? Raging. Ooh, what are you guys doing here? We're here to liberate Balam, you know? I mean, we're here to liberate Balam. Cypher told us to give you a whooping if we saw you, you know? You soldiers, help me out too. Do you think he's gonna give us a whooping? Ooh. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh. Well. We'll mug this guy. Should be pretty easy. Ooh, 2 Phoenix Downs. And then this soldier. Yeah. Damn it. Allow me to steal from you. Two strength ups, alright. Dude! Calm down. Alright. Okay, first off, slow your roll, man. Calm down. Everything's gonna be fine. Thank you. Am I out of blinds? Oh, well then. We'll just finish him off. Ooh, faded circle, huh? Tough luck, man. Alright. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four. Well, you got me, you know? Yes, I do know. Because I did it. I mean, it sucks that the other two went down like that, but... Ooh, Diablos. Oh yeah, the commander's gonna get a whooping too. Give me. No. Damn it. So I guess you're the commander. Pack your bags and make it the hell out of Balan. Raijin defeated? That's right, baby. Now where's Cypher and the Sorceress? You're all going down. Zell, calm down. Fujin, looks like you're on your own. Are you still willing to fight? Rage! Wahaha, she's not alone. Who's there? Major comeback, you know. Actually, I feel a lot better. I feel invincible, you know? How the... I thought we defeated you. Yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna have to use a big boy spell. Ooh, is this... This is gonna hurt, isn't it? Oh, not that bad. How's it going, Kassan? All right. Oh no, not Arrow! He's got more items for me to steal? Dang, man. Starting to. Does Raijin or Fujin have any good magic for me to draw from? Oh, we need Pandemonia for first off. Alright, good. And then cast Kira on myself. We're gonna take a few moments for a little bit of self-reflection. A little bit of deep healing. Is it just me, or does her weapon make you think of Krull? I mean, I can't remember what that 5-pointed blade is called in Krull, but that's all I can think of every time I see it. Man, I almost missed out on Pandemonia. That would have been embarrassing. Ooh, and a Mega Elixir. Hey, Kite. Because both Selphie and Zell are woefully underleveled. Ooh. And the reason they're so woefully underleveled is because they were not chosen to be part of my primary team, and I have not deigned to use them enough, or Renoa for that matter, to actually level them. They also don't have any GFs at the moment, so... I know Selphie has... What was it? Zell. Selphie has a GF, but she doesn't really have enough decent magic to junction, and she only has one. So, as I get more GFs, as I acquire more levels... BS, Raijin. I mean, I know she has a very powerful limit break, but she just doesn't have enough hit points. I want to say she has like 700. Well, I'm sure most of the time when you've ever fought these guys, they weren't also the maximum level they could potentially be. You have to remember that I was kind of dumb and spent an entire weekend grinding out on Squall and Quistis early on, so Squall is level 100. Yep. I'm sorry, Fujin. They got me. I was kind of expecting... I really wasn't expecting to have the team that I had at the end of the straw poll. But, hey. I mean, we only had 3 votes, and it came down to Squall, Quistis, and Irvin, so that's who I've been using as my primary. Ooh. That hurt. I defeated. Well, hey. I'm just glad I got Pandemonium. Ooh, and Combat Kings too. But the one that I really want is Doom Train. If only I could suplex him. Are the two of you taking orders from the Sorceress? If I recall correctly, that ability always drops you to 1 no matter what, so... Negative. The Sorceress has nothing to do with us, you know? We're acting on our own. Whoa! He didn't end a sentence with you know. Own plan? We're on Cypher's side, you know? That's up to you, but... Enough is enough. This isn't an internal garden conflict. We can't back out, you know? Negative! Cypher has a lot of followers, but we're his only friends. We're a posse, you know? That was actually... kind of used correctly. The Galbadian soldiers are only listening to Cypher because they fear the Sorceress. Cypher, without us, Cypher wouldn't have a posse, you know? If you guys stand behind him that much, tell freaking Cypher to stop this nonsense. Affirmative. We ain't no sellouts. We're behind Cypher all the way, you know? I think those were supposed to come in opposite order than the scrolling that they did. Okay, understood. So you want nothing to do with the garden now. I mean, I kind of want nothing to do with the garden now. From now on, we're not going to hold back. I guess that's how it goes. That's what comrades are all about. Hey, are you serious? Don't want to talk anymore, you know? Kind of painful, you know? Wimp. Run. Alright. It's kind of sad, really. Friend or foe, it all comes down to circumstance. That's how we were raised. It's nothing special. Nothing special. Is that true? Then what's this I'm feeling? Let's go. Where are we going next? Hello, excuse me. Hey man. They're friends. And sometimes you follow your friends doing stupid stuff that you know is only gonna hurt them. So what are you gonna do? What is it? Have you decided on a destination? Still thinking. Can we maybe go to Trebia Garden? It's like in the mountains, so maybe the sorceress will leave it alone. But maybe, you know. But I thought it was destroyed by missiles. Oh, I see. That's why. Of course she'd want to go. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks! Alright, well. Let us take care of a little bit of, business, we'll say. Who still has cure spells? Or, sorry, cure, Hey, Quistis still had... Oh. Gosh darn it. Okay, well then, let's go ahead and take, Siren off. So if we're gonna do what I kind of want to do, we are going to need some... Actually, does Pandemonium even give us anything right now? Initiative, that's kind of nice. We'll start by learning Boost. Elemental, Elemental, Elemental. Nothing at the moment. At least nothing for Squall. So we're going to take Pandemonium off, but we're going to give him Siren. Because we want to defend against death. Because there is an area that I want to go to really get something nice. Hopefully. Now, where's the train at again? Man, I kind of want to put Pain on instead of Asuna, but 20% of a lot of things is better than 100% of a few things. I mean, don't really need that, or that, or that. Yeah, most of that stuff is not really all that useful, although Squall now has maximum hit points, which is kind of nice. He's not going to gain anything from Pandemonium. Neither is Quistis at the moment, but we'll give her Pandemonium mainly because we need to level him up. Yep. And our party will be Zell and Quistis. Although once we get to Trebia Gardens, we're going to need to equip Selfie. So let's go buy some items. Oh shoot, no, there's the thing in here with Zell on our team, isn't there? Oh, that was nice. So, we've already done this. But I wanted to go back there to get, to try and get a Forbidden Sword. That way we can upgrade Squall to his next weapon. Or not Forbidden Sword, Betrayal Blade. So let's go stay at the inn for a moment. That'll be nice. Give us a room, please. Thank you. All right. So now that we're just kind of in exploratory mode, do we have any new items that we haven't really looked at yet? Actually, there's a few items we haven't really touched on very much. Raise strength. Well, we could just really make up, down, B4, B4. I think B4 is Y in this case. And GF learns Luck Junction. Don't really have a need for that yet. Though we will. So I could have just, when I equipped those characters, I could have just, like, junction swapped. But I don't really like doing junction swapping because... And I know this is odd of me. There's no fast way off the back. Oh, yes, there's over here. The reason I don't like doing it is because I'm currently going through all of the spells and removing all the crappy ones from my potential usage. And I shouldn't even say crappy, just outmoded. I think that's a better word for what I'm doing. That's where I need to go. And then I'll need to pull out Selfie. But what I really want is way down here. So let us go see if we, now that we're immune to, at least one of our characters is immune to death. Let's go see if we can't go get a Betrayal Blade finally. Because every time I fought the Forbiddens, not every time, I would win a few fights with them, but then one of them would just open it by casting Death 3 times in a row, killing my entire party, which is total bullcrap. Where's the entrance to this? Is it on the other side? I think it's on the other side. It's really a neat little structure. I'm kind of curious who built it. More so than, honestly, the storyline of this game. I'm more interested in who built this weird little tower that Odin was hanging out in. Nope. And that's Cactar Island. Can't go there yet. At least I'm pretty sure that's Cactar Island. I'm only guessing, though. Isn't it up here? Huh, must not be. Then it's gotta be up here somewhere. It's just that this blasted wasteland is not very accessible. It would not pass current construction standards for accessibility. So, Raijin and Fujin are such good friends with Cypher that they're willing to just watch him essentially throw his life away in service to the sorceress. Where's that little weird pyramidal structure at? There it is. Just hadn't rendered yet. Alright, well now that Squall at least is immune to death. One of these days, probably... Oh no. Oh hey, we're an hour into our stream, so I got a couple of announcements to go back over once more. Announcement number 1. We hit our goal of 25 followers. Yeah, I know. And because we hit our goal of 25 followers, I promised you guys that I would schedule a 24-hour stream, and I have done so. That stream is going to be scheduled for this weekend, this Saturday to be more specifically, midnight to midnight. So, if you want to watch me struggle to be a normal human being, you want to be here around 5 p.m. on Saturday, 6 p.m. And then on. Ah, shit. Oh, that's right. I need to move up. And if you want to watch me from beginning to end, well, I don't recommend it, but you will definitely see the degradation of a human soul. Or rather, not soul, a human mind, due to sleep deprivation and trying to concentrate on surprisingly complex things. Like, you wouldn't think that even like combat in a Final Fantasy game would really be all that complex, but it can get pretty like mentally daunting after long stretches. Yeah, you're what I want. Three dead spirits, huh? What's on the docket is starting off with Outlast Whistleblower. We did Outlast. We started with Outlast on the last stream, so we're going to continue that tradition so far. Or sorry, the last 24 hour. By doing the DLC. From there, the plan is kind of loose. I'm thinking about doing the Telltale Walking Dead series, season 1 through 3, if possible. We'll see. I also have one of my roommates and one of my very good friends coming in to take over for a little while, so I can do things like sit down and eat real food. Hate this ability. God damn it. This ability is bullshit. Complete and utter BS. I guess after I didn't get the, yeah. I guess after I didn't get the blade, I could have just used a Phoenix Down on him, but it's no fun that way. But I was thinking about, so my housemate, my roommate, is probably gonna continue to play Stalker. It's one of his favorite games of all time, and he started a run on it. That's gonna be pretty early in the morning, like 7, 8 a.m.-ish. And my friend, when he comes to take over, is going to be probably playing Dark Souls 3, maybe Killing Floor, maybe some Warframe. But they're just helping me out. I like to call them my support staff, but it's not like I'm paying them or anything. So that is going to be a blast. It's this Saturday, midnight to midnight. And in the process of coming up with this, I've brainstormed with them some good ideas for what to do for the 50th. And what I'm thinking about doing is when we hit 50 followers, is doing a bonus stream on a Saturday for celebration of it. Not a 24, just like a 4-hour bonus stream, 4 or 5 hours. And doing a giveaway. I'm not exactly sure what of all things yet. I'm thinking, so I've got an extra copy of Psychonauts on Steam. Thinking about picking up maybe something else, like, maybe I'll give away a copy of, like, Final Fantasy IX or something on Steam, as well as just a couple, like $20 Steam gift cards, that sort of thing. It's not finalized yet. Still throwing around the ideas. So those are the big new announcements. Announcement number 2, as I consider it anyway, is that if you go down just a little bit on my page, you will see a link to my Twitter account. That is the best way to keep in touch with me. It's the best way to follow what's going on at the stream, best way to ask me questions. Just in general, best way to have a good conversation with me. Aside from, obviously being on stream. What do we need? We need eye drops. And then echo screen. Fucking stop. It's the worst. And this guy's, aside from, like, Kiraga, that sort of thing. Fuck it, man. We'll just do it. These guys, at level 100, are bad news. Miss? How do you miss with the Phoenix down? Thank you. But as long as you have Phoenix downs, they're easy to kill. But like I said, if you want to ever get in touch with me or anything like that, best way, Twitter. I check it. I don't check it very often on my desktop, but I check it on my phone all the time. If I had to put a number on it, I'd say, I don't know, 100 times, 200 times a day. Just, open it up, check what's going on, close it up. And last announcement, nothing new, nothing super big, but Desert Bus for Hope is still going on. Last I checked, they had raised $341,000. It's a great charity. They raise money for Child's Play. It's on Twitch, and I have been hosting it during its entirety of its run so far, and will continue to do so. It is not going to be interrupting any of our streams at all, so don't worry about that. As you can see by me streaming right now. Alright, now we can use a Phoenix down on him. And it's a blast. I legit almost died laughing the other night. And then last night, because of something that happened, some serious feels, and it had me tearing up. So it's everywhere in between. It's an amazing, amazing event, and I cannot recommend checking it out enough. Now, back to Final Fantasy. So, this place, this weird little structure, has Brule which carry the strongest 3 elemental spells, Firaga, Thundaga, and Blizzaga. Forbidden, which are just machines of death. And Tonberries. If you know anything about Final Fantasy games, you know that Tonberries are the biggest a-holes ever. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I love Tonberries too, but you can't deny it. They're giant a-holes. Ooh, Vit bonus, that's gonna be nice. And then we'll move over to probably... Yeah, we'll move over to status defense. Hey, Gracker! How's it going in FF6? Magic Junction. I guess I should, but like I don't really need a Magic Junction. In fact, I should probably kill it and put Luck Junction on one of these guys. Alright. Alright, the Brule is down. Can we please stop getting dead spirits and... Ooh, he used 2 swords. I hate... All I want is one item from these guys. Just one thing. But will they give it to me? No. I don't even need a whole lot of... Actually, I kind of do, but that's much later. Right now, I only need 1. I mean, I was getting mesmerized blades like crazy. I mean, kind of. I at least get a lot of them when I get them. Glad to hear it. Okay, stop, that's fine. I didn't catch what spell he was casting, so I was kind of worried. Of course. Of course, he cast Stop on Irvin. That's fine. Is it, though? Huh. I don't know. I guess this is a way I could level up Zell, Quistis, and Renoa pretty quickly is here. Because there's some pretty significant amount of XP here. I would just need to be especially careful. So, who learned something? You did. HP 40. No. I love doing that. Oh god. I love getting them in sync. That way they become one. You know, having Squall become level 100 may have been a big mistake. Oh, thank goodness. I'm always worried now that I'm here, like, specifically trying to get something from this a-hole, that he's gonna... Come on, cast that on Squall, please. Oh, come on! You dick. that he's gonna cast Stop on Squall, and then I won't be able to steal anything at all. And this guy attacks so quickly, too. That's fine, though. We can deal with it. We can deal with anything. Actually, I have most of the magic that we need in order to beat the game. So, we're actually pretty well off. Let's see here. I need auras. I need 100 aura. So we need to do some more rearranging. Confuse, Sleep Berserk. We really just need to move triple, like, really far away. God, do I even need the Firaga, Thundaga, Blizzaga? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I do. Huh. Huh. Alright, so I don't think I properly did my junctions. Yeah, that's a little better. Quake for elemental. God, do I even want elemental? No, not life and tornado. Life and shell. I need more shell, that's for dang sure. No, not at all. In terms of story for the Final Fantasy games, there are 4 that take place in the same world. Final Fantasy Tactics, Tactics Advanced, 12, and then there's another Final Fantasy Tactics for, I want to say, either late Game Boy Advanced or early DS that featured the Final Fantasy 12 characters, and those all take place on the world of Invalus, I believe is what it's called. And those are the only ones that have a connected storyline. Aside from that, it doesn't matter. If you want some recommendations, 3 is kind of boring, but interesting. Like, the storyline's not really all that spectacular, but it's kind of interesting because it has a unique system. 4 is it's not my favorite, but if I had to name one that I would consider like the quintessential Final Fantasy game in terms of like how, like, what is a Final Fantasy game, I'd say 4 is probably the best, for lack of a better term, kind of generic example. The storyline is kind of generic fantasy, but it has all the elements of Final Fantasy rolled into, like, pretty much the whole experience rolled into one game. 7 is the most popular because it mechanically is very tight, and the storyline is good enough that most people don't have a problem with it. I personally have a few issues with it, but not enough to completely, like, destroy my enjoyment of just a very good mechanical JRPG. I skipped over a couple, and that's on purpose. 5 is probably the most unique in just the way it works. 6, by people who are like Final Fantasy aficionados, 6 is considered the best Final Fantasy game. Because it has good mechanics, a good storyline, good characters, and a few unique little twists on the tropes. 8 shows a lot of promise, but in my opinion is kind of a hot mess. The storyline for 8 is mostly fine. My problem with it mostly comes from it mechanically. 9 is personally my favorite game. And is kind of a love letter to the Final Fantasy series as a whole. 10 is... I have not gone back and replayed 10 in a long time, so I don't know how I feel about it anymore. But I played a lot of 10 back in the day. 10-2 I didn't really like. But I have a feeling that it's actually just fine. 13. Or 12, actually. 12 is a great game. Unfortunately, at least as of right now, it is not slated to get a PC release. It is getting, or either has, gotten a re-release on PS4, and it is a very good game. Ooh. Does anyone have Blizzara? Oh, he's just gonna blow up anyway, doesn't matter. Which is a shame, because I really love it, and I hope it gets a release in time for me to get it, because I don't own a PS4, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to stream my PS2 yet. But I'm sure I'll figure out something. 13. 13 is beautiful, and the main character is a very compelling character. Yes, 11 and 14 are both MMOs. So I'm not going to be playing them on my retrospective just because I don't feel like playing a game for 1,000,000 hours on this. You know, I'm playing these games not 100% completion. I'm doing like 80% completion, which I feel does a very good job of demonstrating what these games have to offer. What? I call BS. Gosh darn it. But 11's still going strong. It has a very small but dedicated fan base. And it still has servers going, which impresses me most about it. 13. I personally cannot stand 13. It's kind of the antithesis of a Final Fantasy game, in my opinion. I have not played 13-2 or 13 Lightning Returns. From what I understand, both of those are much better games. But seeing as how I have not personally played them, I cannot attest to that hearsay. And 14 had a very, god dang, interesting struggle as an MMO. It initially failed miserably. Because it didn't change from its open beta. Or actually, it didn't change from its closed beta through to its launch, like, at all. So they scrapped it. Almost that entire team was fired. And they brought in almost an entirely new team to work on it. And then they re-released it, like, 2 years later. And from what I understand and what I've seen, it is a phenomenal MMO. So if you want a good MMO, there's one there. And it looks beautiful. Although there's also a lot of fan servicey stuff. Like there's an entire picture mode. And the only reason I know this is because one of my friends on Steam for a while was posting a lot of pictures of his female cat character in costume in different outfits. So I personally do not ascribe Zansetsuken to that as being it's not like it's I don't find it like completely inappropriate. I just don't find that appealing. So and 15 from what I understand is fun for the first like few hours, you know, the first like 15-20 hours or so, but it kind of loses a little bit as you continue going on. Yeah, I got Odin yesterday. Oops. He almost never shows up, and I'd forgotten that he is not a real GF, and that like you don't equip him, you don't get any abilities, he doesn't offer you anything in that regard. But yeah, I've got him, and he has shown up a lot more frequently than I would have expected. Bam. For those of you that are wondering what I'm doing, I'm here to get a single item from this guy. And, we'll see. I haven't gotten it yet, and it's kind of aggravating, to be honest. Hey, at least we killed him. I need one betrayal sword. And they drop from Forbiddens. Or they can be stolen from Forbiddens. The problem being that with these characters being the level that they are, every encounter that I run into is like level 80, 90 enemies. So like, this Forbidden can really wreck me if it comes down to it. Yeah, Bool. Go ahead and cast Reflect on yourself so you can cast spells and... Ooh, that was convenient that we got the items that we don't really want on the first shot. I mean, they're fine. We can refine them, we can sell them. They're worth actually a fair amount of money if I recall. But by actually grinding like this to try and get this item, we're going to start losing seed rank. Which is fine, because for the most part, now that we have almost 100 of every item, money is not really a concern. Like, we don't really need to buy like a whole bunch of potions or high potions anymore. only every once in a while. And as we start doing more and more of the actual... Ooh, we went back up a rank. Nice. Oh, it's because we completed the thing with Raijin and Fujin. Of course. Back attacked? No! Come on. It's too bad that Irvin doesn't do that much damage. I can only steal dead spirits from them? Okay. Well then, I'm looking for drops off of Forbiddens to get the sword then. Oh, Quistis is maxed out level 2. Ouch. What was I looking up? Summons. Is that what I want? Do I want elemental defense? Speed junction. No, we'll go for GF HP plus 10%. If that's the case, then we don't even need to steal from him. In fact, we don't want to steal from him. We just want to murder him. If I remember correctly, 11 was on PS3 and 14 is on PS4. Ever since the days of the Super Nintendo ended. Oh, what the heck? He can cast Death too. That sucks. Ever since the days of the end of the Super Nintendo, most Final Fantasy games have been on Sony platforms. Every once in a while, you'll get something like the re-releases for a lot of them end up on DS, especially for a lot of the early ones. And that is where Final Fantasy III had its first official launch. Because they didn't really want to... I don't know why they didn't release it sooner, but that's no problem. If I recall correctly, Final Fantasy XI you can get on PS3. Might also have servers open for PS4, but I don't know. And 14 is on PS4 as well as PC. Most of the Final Fantasy games, long before they ever got PC releases, were on Sony and Nintendo platforms, but the Nintendo platform thing kind of went away after the Super Nintendo. With the exception of the fact that most of the re-releases get put on the DS. And Final Fantasy IV, which has been released... Oh, we got the Forbidden's card. Which Final Fantasy IV has been released 6 times? 7 times? Over the years? And even though I didn't speak too highly of it, I've owned it 5 times? Maybe more? No worries, man. I think we can refine what we're looking for from that card. Please. Yes. Betrayal Sword. Now we can leave this place. And go and get Squall's next weapon. Actually, I have the ability to transform enemies into cards. I probably should just be doing that a whole lot more. I mean, we don't get AP, we don't get XP from that, but Huh. Hey! Welcome to the party, man. Thanks for the follow. I greatly appreciate that. That puts us just one step closer to that 50, at which point we will do probably a giveaway event during a bonus stream. So, thank you very much, man. Come on. Let's get out of here. So how do I pronounce that? Is it... the Nautical Star? Oh, Tonberries. Despite how powerful I am not powerful enough to fight Tonberries. Yeah. Final Fantasy XI should be achievable on PlayStation 3. And might have servers open for PS4, though I do not know for certain on that one. Final Fantasy XIV should be on PS4 as well as PC. And I greatly appreciate the follow. And if I'm reading your name correctly, it is the Nautical Star. Ooh, healing waters. Heck yeah. I don't know why they cast Morph on themselves. I mean, obviously it doesn't really do a whole lot for them. I need to shave again. I hate shaving, though. PC. So, word of advice if you get this on PC. There is a button on the launcher called Magic Booster. That I don't know. I know Final Fantasy XI is pretty cheap at this point, but 14 I want to say is a full $60 plus a subscription fee. I think the subscription's only $10, but I'm not a big fan of MMOs, so I've not really kept in touch with what's going on with those. Though if you want, I can find out for my next stream tomorrow, or even and just write it down and keep a hold of it. But anyway, as I was saying, the Magic Booster thing on the launcher, that gives everyone a big boost in magic, which is great when you first have characters. But as you start drawing more and more powerful magics, you have a limited number of slots that you can have magic in, so you need to start using them pretty quickly. I don't know why I went this way. I feel really dumb right about now, but that's fine. Being dumb is what happens sometimes in Final Fantasy games or on streams, so you know, that Venn diagram is actually fairly overlapping. Although I can say, despite that little thing that happened with me where I'm kind of fighting against all the magic that it gave me early on, it was a very nice big boost that helped quite a bit early on. And it runs very well on PC. Unlike Final Fantasy VII, I think it was, that crashed a few times, Final Fantasy VIII hasn't had a single crash yet. Shit, I don't have any wood nearby. Here's to hoping that that trend continues. Alright, so where's Trebia Garden? There it is. Which means we're gonna have to pull out Selfie, doesn't it? Oh well. Where's that ruined husk? There it is. I don't recall if 11 had a subscription fee or not, but I believe so, because it was competing with WoW at the time, and it, although not nearly as big as WoW, held its own for quite a while. Oh no! Stingrays! So. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, ask if you wanted to see how I spent my weekend, but never mind. With Odin coming down and finishing fights for us. You know, having like random Zanzatzukins is kind of nice. I prefer the other Odins. Looks pretty bad. Selfie. So, my problem with Final Fantasy VIII, in a nutshell, mechanically, is that it disincentivizes you from using spells. Really? I'm surprised. It was not a big hit. It was, at the time at least, considered kind of a flop, coming off the heels of 7. Now, if you bought an original version of 7, not a greatest hits, I could see that costing you a pretty penny or two. But I'm surprised Final Fantasy VIII costs so much. I'm going in. I mean, I don't own a copy anymore, but I did at one point. And I remember when I sold it, I think I sold it for like $3. And the reason I sold it is because I could, until this playthrough, I could never get past about the middle point of disc 2, which is what we're still on disc 2, but we're past the middle point at this point. Any idea where Selfie is? Selfie came by, didn't she? Yeah, she ran off ahead. I bet she's in shock. Come on, let's go after her. Because the reason it disincentivizes you from using spells is because you want to use spells to increase your stats. Well, because you use those spells to increase your stats by junctioning to stats, then you don't want to use them because then it takes away from your stats. The rest of the game mechanically is fine. The drawing spells from creatures is a little annoying simply because of the time consumption. It can take... It almost feels like it's there to pad out the game time, the runtime. And it may be. You've been looking after Selfie? Selfie's been a great help. Actually, she has. There was a few times when she was actually quite powerful. Yeah, I would expect, just off the top of my head without doing any research into it, I would expect that a original version of 7 in good condition would easily cost $200. And a Game of the Year edition, maybe 50. Which, considering, you know, the age of the games is fairly substantial. Like, I would not expect any other, like, 20-year-old game to be $50. Young lad, what was your name and number again? Have you done a good deed for your academy, Trabia Gardens? Good deed, you ask? It's helped rebuild this place. Let's see, for example, have you donated to the Trabia Fund? I'll give you an A. So he wants a bribe. Got it. Okay. That's doable. I can definitely pull out some money and bribe him for an A. That Tonberry King. Take this GF summoning. Blazah. We carried the injured ones out in a car. Me? Nah, I'm not hurt. I'm just sick. I'm exhausted from tending to everyone. That'll do it. Yeah. So for instance, I think I had 99 before we... No, it was on... Yeah, I had... What was it? I had 100 of... I want to say... Life, or maybe Asuna, stacked onto one of their stats on Irvin. But then he got hit... He got confused. He got hit by Confuse. And cast one. He also used my first Mega Elixir while confused. I was far more upset about the use of the Mega Elixir than I was him casting a single spell that I could replace, but it was still very annoying. Hey, who are you guys? We're Trebia Gardens Tech Squad. We'll all divide up into different squads to utilize each of our specialties. Leave this baby to me. I'll have it up and running in no time. We are the Tech Squad. Oh. Hey! Whoa, I think so. Warning, personal data bank. Okay. He's inputting a password, it looks like. Oh no. That was Selfie. For just a moment, we saw Selfie's personnel file. Okay, let's do our best to calculate food and daily supplies. The calculator's broken too, so we have to be extra careful. Look, I found an old book underneath the rubble. Maybe there's some writing that tells the secret treasure, like how many steps from Trebia Gardens, gargoyle statue, that kind of stuff. Hey man. They're working on hardware right now. I'm sorry, Selfie. Can you forgive us? What? Why? Why are you apologizing? That teddy bear you gave me, I couldn't save it. Oh, that's darling. I can hear him crying, he's lonely. My teddy bear's a lot stronger than you think. One thing I also don't like about this game, although that's just a personal nitpick of mine, is that all of the characters are kind of like middle school, early high school clique stereotypes. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It gives them personal definition. But for the most part, they are that way from beginning to end of the game. Despite some very serious shit going on. And them being like 17, 18. So, like, that's just a personal gripe about the storytelling, is the character personalities. But the overarching story of this game is actually quite good. In my opinion, better than 7. Hey, I can hear him. Mr. Bear is watching over you secretly. So don't be naughty or sad all the time. Just remember, Mr. Bear is watching you. Okay. Okay, I'll promise to be good. Tell Mr. Bear I won't be sad or cry all the time, okay? Thanks, Selfie. Sorry, I'll be there in a sec. Wait by the basketball court, okay? Not if I can help it. We were just talking about who would have won the trivia basketball tournament if we had played. That's all because of those stupid missiles. I'm telling you, the Mog Mog Moogle team would make it. And they'll probably play the Mac Chocobos in the finals. Your pronunciation's all wrong. It's Chocobos, not Chacobos. Can I not hang out here next to this missile? I wish the faculty would use were a little more reliable. What do you expect the student body committee to do under these conditions? No, but it is more pronounced in 8 than in the others because the characters have very strong personalities. I'm not surprised that they ported those in. Oh, most certainly. Final Fantasy... The overall story... The character stories in Final Fantasy games are typically pretty shallow. But all of these characters have, like, really strong personalities that come through in everything that they do and say. So it's a lot more noticeable in this one. 7... My problem with 7's character personalities is that they are so low-key as to be, for the most part, either bland, like just really bland. 6 has really strong characters as well, but they don't really change much until you hit the second... How should I put this? The second half of the game, which really isn't the second half, it's like the last quarter, but there's a big event that happens, and then a lot of the characters change because they go through a year of character development that we actually don't see. But they definitely do change. 5, the characters don't change at all. Which is kind of annoying, because that game actually has a lot to offer in that regard, if they had taken the time. 4, the only characters that would be considered people are the women, which is fine. In fact, it's great. Those characters are wonderful. I have purchased Type O. I haven't played it yet, though. It's on my backlog. From what I understand, Type O or 0, I think it's Type O, is good. Is very good, but very short. So that you have to weigh on value. I personally am a big enough fan of Final Fantasy, especially good ones, that I'm willing to spend money even on a shorter, good experience than not. That's the reason why I don't own Actually, no, I do own 10 too, because it came with 10. But I bought 10 for 10, not for 10 too. Yeah. Let's see here. Final Fantasy IV, yeah, the characters are really bland. The women are outstanding portrayals and are probably the strongest characters in the game. In terms of like character portrayal. Portrayal. 3, 2, and 1, the characters, actually 2 has great characters and a great story. Has not been re-released in a meaningful way since the PlayStation on Final Fantasy Origins. Origins? I think that's what it was called. Final Fantasy 1, there's no characters at all. 9, the characters are really, really good, and a couple of them have good, like, really good story arcs, and then a couple of the other ones have passable story arcs. 10... It's been a while since I've played 10. And since we're not to 9 or 10, where I do a far more in-depth look at them through the retrospective, I'll just give a really brief summary there. 10, the characters are simple and relatable and change enough that I'm not upset with it. That's about as like low level as I can get and still get my point across. 13. Yeah, so back to this. We're leaving as soon as Selphie comes back. We're on standby till then. Doesn't seem like the enemy have invaded the garden yet. Are they on their way? Where's the sorceress? We have to find her and... I've got to do something to show that Selphie can depend on me. Why the search for alone? Inviting Squall back to the past, whereas the sorceress searches for it. Could it be the sorceress is trying to make the journey into the past too? Why did the sorceress come to the picture all of a sudden? Was she actually waiting for this opportunity? Wonder if she was living a normal life before all this. You know, ever since I met all of you, I've been doing some thinking. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't come up with an answer either. Hey, basketball. Sorry to keep you waiting. Thank you so much for coming all the way out here, everyone. Cheer up, eh? Thanks! Take me with you when you fight the sorceress, okay? I want to get even. I want to get my revenge. Do we have to fight? Isn't there another way? You know, to avoid any bloodshed? Okay, Renoa. We have to have a little talk. You are an insurgent, part of a rebel army, or rebel faction, trying to end the Galbadia rule. You hired a team of mercenaries to prevent Galbadia from taking over, or to one, liberate your city, and two, to end Galbadian rule, potentially forever? Do you not know what that means? 13. There's a lot to talk about 13. And when we get to it, I have a lot to say. Oh, I completely skipped over 12 in my little analysis. Didn't I? 12. The characters that are presented as the primary two characters are blank slates because they're supposed to be the audience analog. The rest of the characters are fine. Although one is definitely a fan service piece. But the rest of the characters are fine. They have reasonable development, and reasonable interactions with each other. They're not really all that shallow, except for, like I said, the two primary characters that are presented to be the audience analog. Maybe someone really smart can come up with a way, so we wouldn't have to fight anymore. If someone can come up with something, that'd be great. But no one's doing anything. They're all scared, uneasy. All they do is complain. They just pretend to be thinking. That's human nature, Squall. They criticize others, but in the end, they can't do anything either. Renoa, why all this, all of a sudden? What do you expect of me? I grew up in Garden. I'm a seed. Do you understand? A lot of inner monologue. Squall? You have to voice your feelings, or else I won't understand. You were part of a resistance movement in Timber, right? Unlike others who were all talk, you took your weapons and fought. And now you're saying all this. What happened to you? I guess I'm getting scared. Makes sense. Sometimes, when I'm with all of you, I feel like we're on the same wavelength, you know? But when the battles start happening, it's different. Everyone's tempo seems to pick up and I get left behind. I try to catch up, but it's no use. How far is everyone going? I can't hear anyone. Once I catch up, I wonder, is everyone safe? Will they welcome me with open arms? Is everyone okay? Will we all make it back together? Well, so here's the fundamental difference. We are all trained soldiers. From young childhood. We are child soldiers that have grown up with drilling and discipline, weapons training, combat tactics. You're the daughter of a general who decided to have a spat with her dad and join a resistance movement and bankroll it. When I start thinking like that, Renoa, I understand. No, you don't, Irvin. You're just trying to get some tail. Someone might not be there. Someone you love might disappear before your eyes. It's tough when you live your life thinking that way, but that's why I fight. When I was a little kid, I was about 4 or so, I was in an orphanage. Hey, good shot. Imagine that, the sniper is a good... Actually, being a shot with a basketball does not necessarily mean you're gonna be a good shot with rifle and vice versa. Plenty of kids, all with no parents. It was around the end of the Sorcerer's War, so I guess it couldn't be helped. I can't... I don't know what all you mean, Mr. Henry. And out of all the kids, there's one very special to me. Irvy, wanna play? I really liked this girl, and it made me so happy just to talk to her. Sephi, what you playin'? War. Was that orphanage a stone house? You guessed it. An old house made of stone. By the ocean? You guessed it. I knew right away when we first met. Why didn't you tell us? Because you two seem to have forgotten. It just kind of sucked that I was the only one who remembered. Spunky little Seffy, and bossy little Quisty. That is just so weird. Huh? Hey, do you guys remember setting off fireworks? That was this way. Wonder if there's any magazines in land. In weird ghost land. Matewin, Sis isn't here. Where's Sis? Okay, so that's a door I can't go through. Being a ghost kind of sucks. Sis? LA? Okay. Nope. Not that way. Also, man, we got some nice polygons. Oh, we've already hit our 2-hour mark. So as soon as this section's done, as soon as we get to a save point, I'm going to be turning the stream off. After a few announcements. Sis, where'd you go? You don't like me anymore. What a shameful sight. God, even Squall doesn't like himself. Hey, we can run now. How about this? Yeah, the ocean, the lighthouse. We did set off fireworks. Yo! Kids aren't supposed to play with fireworks. I'm telling. I'm gonna tell on you. Crybaby Zell, go back to bed. What a chicken wuss. If I remember this, does that mean I was there too? We all got in big trouble. Then what about my parents in Balam? The Dinches in Balam must have adopted you. Yep, that's probably it. I was there. Yo, come on, stop it. Matewin, help! I wonder who that could be. Crybaby Zell. Who's that? Na. Stop teasing me, Cypher. Oh my goodness. Cypher, my arch enemy. Wow, he was there too? Well. Irvin, sorry. Don't remember you. Quistis, I think you were difficult to deal with. Selfie, always full of energy. Cypher. Cypher was always Cypher. Zell, always crying and screaming. Cypher was there too. Except for Renoa, we were all there. Hey, that means... Yep, I was there too. Sis. I was always waiting for Sis to come back. I'm all alone. But I'm doing my best. Poor Squall. Forever alone. I'll be okay without you, sis. I'll be able to take care of myself. I didn't turn out okay at all. Sis L. L. Alone? So Alone was Sis? She was a bit older than us, and we all used to call her Sis. Quistis, Zell, Selfie, Irving, Selfin, Cypher, Alone, and myself? Yeah. I'm not sure what the meaning behind all this is, but we were definitely together. You mean Sis is alone? She's the one that takes us back to Laguna's period. She said she wanted to change the past. I don't know why. Oh, wrong character. There can only be one reason for that. She must not be happy with the present. If that's the case, I'm definitely up for helping her. She's part of our orphanage gang. You didn't even remember who she was. Hey, Selfie, that goes for you too. It's pretty scary we've forgotten all these things. So Mom and Pa aren't my real parents. I wonder where the orphanage is. We've been there. So Sis was alone, hey? Everyone was fond of Sis, but you, Squall. You kept hogging her all for yourself. You sure have a good memory. This is really strange. I don't think I was adopted because of the way I am. Probably the same with Cypher, too. You two must have been at the guard by the age of 5 or so. Even so, he's never mentioned anything about growing up in an orphanage, and nothing about this has ever crossed my mind when I see him either. Don't you find that odd? That is strange. In my case, I had loads and loads of fun after going to Trabia. That's probably why I forgot all about my childhood. That's what I think. But I don't know what's up with you guys. It's so odd that you would forget. I remember. Yes, I remember now. Things didn't work out too well at my new home, so I came to the garden at age 10. That's when I first noticed Squall and Cypher. Cypher and Squall were always fighting. Yeah, Quistis always used to break us up. Yes, that's right. Cypher was a kid who always needed to be at the center of attention, but Squall always used to ignore him. But eventually they would end up fighting. Squall could have easily walked away from it, but always took up the challenge. He should have just ignored him, but Squall, almost in tears, would say, "I gotta do my best by myself, or else I won't be able to see Sis." I guess I was trying to take Sis, Alone's place. I tried, but to no avail. That's probably it. Even after becoming an instructor, I couldn't stop thinking about Squall. I thought it was love. I had to hide my feelings because I was an instructor, but I've come to realize it wasn't. It was my childhood feelings as a big sister that lingered. Oh well. I thought it was love, but no, I don't care about you at all. A misunderstood love. Actually, I had completely given up when Renoa came into the picture. Hey. It must be the same for Cypher. I'm sure Cypher has forgotten his childhood too, but whenever he sees Squall, his inner feelings start to boil and... Is that why he loves picking fights with Squall? Why is it that we forgot? We grew up together as kids. How is that possible? How about this? The price we pay for using the GF? The GF provides us power, but the GF makes its own place inside our brain. So you're saying that the areas where the memories are stored? No, that's just a rumor the GF critics are spreading. So if we keep relying on the GF, we won't be able to remember a lot of things? Maybe? There's no way Headmaster Sid would allow such a dangerous thing. Then how is it that I remember while everyone else has forgotten? Well... In my case, I hadn't junctioned at GF until recently. That's why I remember a lot more. That's why I remember a lot more than you guys. How about you, Selfie? Your first experience with the GF would have been when you came to Balam Gardens, right? Yeah. Yeah, we were all childhood friends, but we forgot. Because it's not like people just don't forget things that they don't use for a long period of time. Although the Squall Cypher thing, they should have remembered at least part of it. But 5 years in kid's life? That's a long time for when Quistis would have shown up in their life. Like, the farthest back that I can remember now is to be like 3, 2, 3, and it's only like a few spotty like flashes of memory, like not like real any solid like big events or anything like that. The farthest I can have like full complete remembrance is like 8, 9-ish, in terms of like anything larger than just a few like flashes of memory. It's because of the GF that we forgot. Is that why other forces refrain from using GF? I have a confession to make. Uh-oh. When I was 12, I went on an outdoor training session. I found a GF inside one of the monsters I defeated. I junctioned that GF for a while, so I have experience with GF too. But it's really weird. I can't remember the name of that GF. It must be the GF's fault. What should we do? What should we do? Nothing? What do you mean, nothing? So what do you want to do? You want to stop using GFs now? As long as we continue to fight, we're indebted to the power of the GFs. There's a price I have to pay for that. I will gladly pay it. Hey, I know. Let's all keep a diary. That way we'll always have something to remind us. Are you sure that's what you want? Maybe that's for the best. Yeah, I don't care if I forget about my childhood when Cypher used to pick on me. What's important to me now is having the power to protect my parents in Balam. They adopted me. There's no way I'm letting go of that power. Hey, do you remember Matron? She was always wearing black. Dressed in black. She's the... Let's see. Very kind. Long black hair. Yes. I really admired her. I see a resemblance. Matron. They look alike. Wait. I just pictured her face and... look alike. No, that's not it. Matron's name is Edia Kramer. Matron is Sorceress Edia. Matron? Sorceress Edia? This music, this score for Sorceress Edia, in my opinion, is them trying to capture what people loved about One Winged Angel. And I am not sure. Generally speaking, I'm very fond of Final Fantasy music, but I'm not sure about this piece. Why? You're wondering why Matron would take over a country, or fire missiles, and whatnot? At this point, we probably wouldn't comprehend it even if we talked about it. You're probably right. Hear me out. Seed and garden are all Matron's idea, right? I'm not a seed, but I share the same feelings with all of you. Seeds are supposed to fight the sorceress, right? This is strange. That's right. It was when I was being tortured by Cypher, he wanted to know what seed was. Matron should know, but Matron is Sorceress Edia. There's no denying that. What does this all mean? Squall, you listening? No. So, this is what I want to say. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I understand what Renoa's saying. I understand, but I'm still gonna fight. I want to stay true to everything I've stood for. I'm sure it's the same for everyone. That's why I thought it'd be best if everyone we knew would have to face Matron. We've all heard this before. How life has infinite possibilities. I don't believe that one bit. There weren't many paths for me to choose. Sometimes, there would only be one. From the limited possibilities, I faced the choices I made and brought me this far. That's why I value the path I chose. I want to hold true to the path that had to be taken. I know our opponent is Matron, whom we all love very much. We might lose something very important on account of the GF, but I don't mind. It's not like I drifted here on the tides of fate. I'm here because I chose to be here. And more importantly, we all grew up together. This whole piece for Irvin, is probably the single biggest piece of character development in Final Fantasy VIII. And although the other characters go along with it, it is 100% Irvin's. He steps up to the plate and becomes more of a leader than Squall will ever be. But due to various circumstances, we were all separated. As a kid, you couldn't really go out on your own. There were no paths to take. All I did was just cry. But somehow, we're together again, just like old times, though a lot has changed. We're not kids anymore. We're strong enough to take care of ourselves. Make our own decisions. We're confronting a big one right now. Do we fight Matron or not? I say we fight. Shoot for a common goal. Hey, at least it'll keep us together for a little longer. Yeah, let's do it. We can't run from her the rest of our lives. It's just a bummer. I can't believe we have to fight Matron. I know, but Zell's right. We can't run from her forever. Renoa? It's up to you. We're gonna fight. I think it's the only way we can move on with our lives. If that makes any sense at all, come with us. I'm sure that's what everybody wants. She gonna do it? Look, look. Radioactive dust! Yay! A gift from the fairies. I would have thrown my arms up and like exclamation or anything, but I was worried I would hit the mic. You want to go check out Edia's orphanage? I wonder what it's like now. It's an abandoned shack. We might find a clue. Clue? You mean as to why Matron turned out like this? Probably has to do something with what happened in the past. But the past is the past. It's over. Done with. Despite the truth we find, it's not going to change the present. But I want to see too. I don't know what we'll find, but let's head to Edia's house. Ah. Why do noses only itch during streams? I guess that's it. We're fighting. You guys are fearless. Fearless? I don't think that's quite right. If you think too hard, you become lost. I think that's what everyone's afraid of. I wish we didn't have to fight either. Really? Alright. So we're going to go somewhere where we can land. There we go. Alright, so while this is saving, I've got a few announcements to go over. Announcement number 1. I would like to thank everybody that has joined me tonight, especially those who have participated in chat. So that is The Nautical Star, Kassan, Hi, Mr. Henry. G Canada 1. Gracker. Thank you all very much. Oh, and Kite. Yes. Right there at the top. Thank you all, or Kite, if you're going based on the anime movie. Thank you all very much for stopping by and hanging out and participating in chat. I greatly appreciate that. And thank you very much, especially to the Nautical Star, for joining the party and following me tonight. That takes us one step closer to our goal of 50, at which point I'll do a special session of the stream with a few giveaways. But we're just a little bit past our last goal of 25, and we haven't celebrated that quite right yet. This Saturday, starting at 0 100 1 hour, 0 hour 1 minute to 23:59 will be a 24-hour stream. I'm going to have one of my roommates, one of my good friends come in and take over for a couple hours each. That way I can get some stretching in, a little exercise, take a shower, get some real food in me. So I would love it if you guys could join me for that on Saturday. This Saturday. In celebration of, well, all of this, which I could not do without you guys. Announcement number 2. If you scroll down the page just a little bit, you'll see a link to my Twitter. That is the best way to keep in touch with me, the best way to ask me questions, and the best way to find out what's going on with the stream. If I need to change something, change the schedule, make a cancellation, anything like that, I do it through the Twitter. So, please take a look at it if you have Twitter. If you don't, that's fine. I also post do all of my updates through the Twitch dashboard, so it should show up in the channel feed as well. Sorry. Also, right now, Desert Bus for Hope is going on. Last I checked in, they had raised $341,000 for Child's Play charity. I'm hosting them during their entire run. It's not interrupting any of our streams, and so far they've raised enough money to continue on through, I think, through all of Thursday, maybe into Friday, which is just astounding. But they have raffles, donation drives, silent auctions, live auctions. They do a bunch of sketch comedy. There's random dance parties with usually pretty good music. It's just a blast. If you haven't checked it out ever, I highly recommend you do. And to do that, all you have to do is stay here, and you'll be able to see them. So that's it for tonight. Again, I would like to thank you for joining me. Hope to see you tomorrow from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here for more Final Fantasy VIII. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night.